My 22F friend 25M and his girlfriend 19F, she keeps trying to call me in the middle of the night and sent a text saying help. I 22F have a friend 25M who I've known for about 10 years, we met at school. He's got a tech startup, I am in medical school. He's been with his girlfriend 19F for about a year, I don't really know what she does, it isn't work or college. I've been with my girlfriend 29F for a year, we live together. My friend, let's call him Joe, asked me out years ago but I realized I'm gay. He would send me implicit texts about how often and for how long he had time with random girls, and we didn't talk for about a year because I got fed up of it. During that year Joe was dating a 16-year-old who lived in the next state and he would drive to see her all the time. I didn't really question it because I had a lot going on, but my girlfriend has pointed out now that it's weird as he was about 24. He told me that he took her virginity in her parents' house while they were home. So then last year he starts going out with his girlfriend. She was 18 when they got together. I have met her in person a few times and she is very quiet, but I put it down to nerves as my girlfriend and a few of her friends were there too. Nothing seemed wrong. She has kissed a girl in front of him and his response was at least she cheated before I did. Over the last few months she will sometimes text me on his phone. Just random chat. He will usually tell me it was her but I can tell the difference anyway. She has now started trying to call me between 1 and 5 a.m. I wouldn't give it a second thought if she was drunk, but I know at least 3 of them have been when they were staying at home and nobody was drinking. And when I ask him about it the next day he'll tell me it was her. The latest thing was coming to our city so we could party at their hotel and not inviting my girlfriend, so I didn't go. She was away working that weekend, and Joe guilt-tripped me over not coming and staying in alone. Later that night he sent me a text saying he can have his bitch whenever he wants, which I ignored because he seemed drunk. The morning after, I woke up to a text from Joe at 4 in the morning saying help. He's creepy, and he didn't say anything about it in the morning, which is weird. I didn't want to ask him in case it was her and she deleted the message after sending it or something. Before anyone tells me it's none of my business, I know. I just want some second opinions about what's going on here. What do you think the creepy text was about? Why does his girlfriend keep calling me? I don't know whether it's all him winding me up, whether she's trying to tell me something. Whatever it is, it's awkward and I don't want to end my friendship with him, but it's weirding me out. Redditor's reactions last update after. Redditor 1, she probably keeps calling you because you are accessible and he allows it. She is asking for help. So the next time you see her, hand her a bunch of phone numbers for domestic violence hotlines etc. Rain is good. She is possibly in a serious and bad situation. Don't worry about your friendship ending with this PS. Redditor follow up. When you hand a young girl a bunch of 1-800 numbers, she may not call. I'd pick up next time she calls and have a serious conversation with her, and ask her what's up but not in an overly stern way. Then, meet up and basically tell her to GTFO of there as fast as she can, because it sounds like he's a predator. Redditor 2, I feel like your friend's girlfriend is in some serious trouble. She probably wants to end things with the guy but maybe she can't because the guy is abusive and badass crazy. Has it ever occurred to you that your friend, this guy, could be a straight up psychopath? Regardless, I think you need to find a way to talk to his girlfriend. Who knows what the poor girl has been going through the past couple of months. Redditor follow up. Exactly. I think Op has to know this already as she's giving all the clues. Deflowered her at 16, she's quiet and withdrawn, calls her his bitch, calls to Op at weird times, and unless he's fond of texting about himself in the third person the texts are clearly about him. The girl is crying out for help. Help her. Give her a domestic abuse hotline number at the very least. The TL, Doctor practically answers Op's post. Update my 22F friend 25M and his girlfriend 19F, she keeps trying to call me in the middle of the night and sent a text saying help. I called the police from a phone box and asked for a welfare check on Joe's girlfriend. They didn't say when it's going to be, but I'm talking to Joe about visiting in his city next weekend, and if he says no I am going to have to do something, because my girlfriend decided to do some digging on Joe. What we have found out so far, according to his little sister they don't speak, he was arrested for either criminal damage or arson when he was a teenager, She can't remember which. Just Googling his name turns up that he got a DUI 3 years ago. He never told anyone. Old news article about him being removed from a subway train for arguing over a ticket. From a mutual friend, his girlfriend had some kind of appointment on a weekday morning, so Joe woke up to drive her there at 5 a.m. rather than her going home the night before. Most recent business accounts with his name on are not good. High turnover but profit is a negative figure. I knew he was having trouble about a year ago, but from the number of trips he's been on lately I figured he can't still be in debt. I was wrong. Some of the smaller companies associated with the big one have actually shut down with negative figures all over the place. On the website of the company Joe started there's a picture of some other guy. No name of the owners anywhere. Different mutual friend, claims that he knows how to send texts so it looks like it came from a different number and used it on her. A username very specific to him has been posting some odd stuff on a site for investors, like claiming to have a contract with Samsung and a lordship in Europe. He emailed my brother-in-law attorney recently asking for advice on a neighborly dispute about noise. Bill has said the other party are frightened of Joe and he sent his neighbor a message on Facebook asking what time her daughter goes to bed so he knew when to be quiet, and he asked Bill to borrow money. A girlfriend he had 5-6 years ago who was arrested for kicking his front door and was actually trying to commit suicide on his doorstep. He befriended a college friend of mine on Twitter years ago and she said she ended up blocking him because he was asking weird questions. He is drinking and using the drug Molly very often. This is just what people know about, so there could be more. So yeah, I am pretty worried. All this is news to me. There haven't been any more texts or calls from his phone during the night. Before everyone says OMG, how did you not know this? Remember, I only see him about once a month or less, and him and his girlfriend have a strong facade of a happy relationship, living the high life on social media. I have not seen him regularly since school almost 5 years ago. I am frightened to cut him off because I'm scared of what he'd do and I need to find out if his girlfriend is okay. I can't entirely escape him anyway because we have a lot of mutual friends and he knows my extended family. One more thing, my girlfriend is convinced now that he's trying to get me drunk to have a threesome with him and his girlfriend. There's no freaking way I'm going to be seeing him again except in broad daylight, sober, in public. I will update again after I've had chance to ask his girlfriend what's going on. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, Joe sounds a little rapey. Redditor follow-up, he sounds a lot RP and like he's taking the stress of his business being a failure out on his girlfriend. I thought the same thing as Op's girlfriend when I read the last post about how Joe first asked him out and then bragged about time with females to Op, then only invited him to their hotel probably for a threesome. Redditor 2, it's nice of you to consolidate all the information for his future Wikipedia page for when he reveals he's a serial killer. Redditor 3, it's possible his girlfriend hasn't reached out to you again because she was caught by Joe for reaching out to you in the first place. He may have locked up his phone when he sleeps or threatened her about trying to contact you. Redditor follow up, this is why you don't want to hand her a bunch info on domestic violence shelters. She cannot get caught with that stuff in her possession. If he sees it, no telling what he will do if he thinks she is trying to leave. Redditor 4, thank you for updating. I've kept thinking about this situation. Please do update again when you've spoken to Joe's girlfriend. I know you're scared, but you're absolutely doing the right thing by trying to help her. Make sure you stay safe too, sweetheart. Redditor 5, a girlfriend he had 5-6 years ago who was arrested for kicking his front door and was actually trying to commit suicide on his doorstep. Sorry, what? Actually, that's my reaction to this entire post. It sounds like he's in some deep acid of his own bringing. Help his girlfriend and never speak to him again. Redditor 6, Joe is sketchy as FCK. Redditor 7, using MDMA more than 2 to 4 times a year is not recommended and will most definitely damage the brain. Serotonin regulates mood, sleep, hunger, and learning. This guy didn't have a good start to begin with and now he's ducking with the chemistry of his brain. I've lost friends who turned into etards. They become totally different people because serotonin is so vital to who we are to begin with. It's very saddening to see happen to loved ones. Bad news all over here, Molly included. Redditor follow up, hey, do you have a source for that? I'm genuinely interested because I've seen exactly what you've described in some friends. Redditor 8, help her. Please, in any way you can. Help her get out. Redditor 9, yeah. He sounds creepy and dangerous. I hope his girlfriend is safe.